On September 11th, I was in my first semester of law school in the University of Florida, Levin College of Law. And I remember when the plane started to hit the tower that everybody kind of went around. Back then, we had one TV in like a student lounge area on campus. Well, the first thoughts that I think most Americans had, at least I did as I watched it unfold, was, anger, a lot of questions as to why somebody would do this to innocent people. And then you feel a swelling of patriotism, and at least I did, towards wanting to serve my country. I had fellow members who were in law school with me who were either in the reserves that afterwards were obviously starting to get called up, and I, felt an obligation. 9/11 changed me fundamentally. I had never had any inclination to join the military, but after watching the events and then hearing that a group of terrorists organized a plot against our nation and killed and murdered innocent people, I felt an obligation, because I was able to serve physically, to serve my country. So I decided to graduate law school early and enlist in the United States Army, because I felt a true calling to serve my country in the war on terror. Yeah, my wife and I were just talking about that this morning. Is high school seniors likely weren't alive when September 11th occurred, and that it's been 18 years since the attacks. I hope that our younger generation will see the call to arms that our men and women after 9/11, the large amount of patriotism that we had and unity that we had in America to fight against terror and to prevent something like this from ever happening again, and that there were men and women that decided to join the armed services, go halfway across the globe to serve our country in the defense of our nation, to attack terror and to end terror where it started. 9/11 brings a whole host of emotions for me. It's obviously the history of a large thing that occurred in our nation's history, but also patriotism, Americanism, unity as our country in really one voice, that we were going to stand together against terror. And I'll never forget the words of George W. Bush, who asked people if they were able to serve our country, and I took that very seriously, which is one of the reasons why I decided to enlist.